Hi everyone. So today I just wanted to dig deeper into this one of the modules that I created yesterday. So this is the dashboard, operational dashboard. So it has a multiple modules. Like if you see, this is the fleet overview module where you can see total number of batteries being charged, or and what is the number of batteries which are in full charge and number of batteries which have zero charge. And it has other modules like station usage, station status, and chart of range versus average charging time. And then is a profit by different battery types. So let us dig the goal of this to understand how data flows. Like if I want to understand the fleet overview module, so I want to know from where do these data come from the source to the destination. For us, destination is this dashboard, this module fleet overview. So for this, I have created a picked one this uh, picked one module. The module is the battery management. And this is the battery part of battery management or a fleet overview. It provides a overview of all the batteries. So how I divided this is that first we would see which module we have picked on, that is the module selection, then data selection. In the module, the which kind of data are we choosing from, and what is the source of data, how data is flowing, and what is the data header. There are multiple data points. Let's say this is a JSON type of a data. Now, not all the data points are useful for our module. So we also need to find out that which particular header or data point is useful for us in the operational dashboard or the module that we have chosen. Then what is the frequency? Frequency means that the source which is capturing the data, how frequent are we getting the data? How frequently do we need that data for our end system or for our end user and application uses? So there are three main things that we'll explain further. And how communication is working. Communication means that how this data is transported from one location to a different set of system. And third point was the analytics tool selection. Analytics tool selection means once you have the data, how are you going to analyze that data? And fourth one is the insight based on the user time. Now once you have those analysis, have those operational metrics, everything in place, what are the insights that you are going to bring or find, or you can share, or based on the different user type? Because whenever the user type changes, the insight will also change. Okay, so starting with, as I have already told, we have picked this one, part of battery management. I want to understand the BMS module, or let's say battery management module. Let's start from the end. So battery management modules data starts from the BMS part. So this is the context diagram, uh, level 0 diagram whenever we create a data flow system for any of the system that we are analyzing or going to develop. So BMS is the core part of how it manages the battery brain of battery. It checks the overcharging, undercharging, under voltage protection. It checks everything, and now it uh, transports that data via CAN. This is the communication protocol which is used in the electric vehicle to transport the data. Now this CAN is a controller area network. How this data is transferred is that it publishes data regularly. Now different modules in the electrical vehicles, there are different modules, electronic control unit, there are multiple ECUs. And this BMS that transport or publishes that data, it is captured by the telematics unit. Telematics is, you can say, a brain of the vehicle, and under it there are maybe 40 50 different ECUs, electronics component part. Now it transports, this telematics unit transports the data to our operation dashboard, not directly but to the cloud server. That is the cloud application, or web server where our application is hosted, or all our database, that is the backend. Okay, so we were on this level 0 diagram. So this is the system that we are interested in, or we are trying to build this operation dashboard. And in the operation dashboard, we are also we are talking about BMS. So in the operation dashboard, there are two external entities. First one is the telematics unit, where our data is being captured or data is being transferred. And second is the operation manager, who is going to use the dashboard at the end level, at the final level. So what are the different data that is being transferred within these entities? First data transferred by the telematics unit is the BMS telemetry data to the dashboard, not directly to the dashboard, but yes, to the system. And the dashboard transfers its string queries, a set of data to fetch the required amount of data, like for a battery data, for a particular electronic control data, for a let's say driver behavior data, any of the data. An operation manager searches for some of the queries, like what is the number of batteries that are being charged, and dashboard it provides a view, a dashboard view for a particular query or the question that this operation manager is asking. Okay, I am in the process of creating multiple level diagrams of this. This is the context starting with level 0. There is a level 1 diagram, there is a level 2. In level 1 diagram, we will go deep into this operation dashboard part. That how within this dashboard, there are different modules are interacting and from where they are getting data or how they are transferring data within themselves. Okay, another point to understand here is that simple structure of how this data flow is taking place. So as I said, this data starts from BMS, which captures all the data when battery is being charged, when battery is being zero, when it is state of level, state of charge, state of health, everything is being captured and it transferred via CAN to the telematics unit. Now over the telematics unit, over cellular network, maybe over SIM or a Bluetooth, this is a protocol. MQTT is a protocol for vehicle in the uh, for telematics in the vehicle data transfer. MQTT is a special protocol in IoT devices. And this MQTT data transfer takes place over cellular network, over SIM or a Wi-Fi. It could be anything. Then that data is sent to the cloud application. That is our dashboard or application that we are building. Now this different data areas. Now what kind of data I wanted to understand? What kind of data does this BMS or telematics unit captures for itself? So let's say first data is the device side. Which particular cell or which particular battery are we talking about? Unique ID of a battery. This is the primary key. This is the primary key of a battery to identify which particular cell. Because in the EV battery that we have, there are different cells which are called cell pack. Maybe 14 cell, 12 cell, 50 cells based on the kind of output that you require on voltage or a current level that you require. Now there is a vehicle ID on which this particular battery is being used. Now station ID is null here because if this particular device, this battery is being charged, then it would be linked to a particular station, like swappable station where this particular device is being charged. Now time stamp is a very critical data point where never this data capture takes place. This is the format of time stamping that this particular time this data has been captured. And this is the state of charge, state of health, what is the voltage level, current level, what is the temperature of the cell, what is the cycle count. Cycle count means that each of the batteries, lithium ion batteries, there is a specific charge cycle. Whenever they are manufactured, there is a specific charge cycle, and this cycle count describes the age of the battery, how many charge cycle this battery has gone through. There is a charge cycle, then there is a discharge cycle. Whenever battery is in charging, that is going to be charged. When the battery is discharging, means it is being used. And what is the voltage, cell voltage for different batteries, because there are multiple cells in a battery. And then there is a code for fault. Whenever there is a critical fault or anything short or high voltage or high current, then there is a set of binary flags data point which indicates that this particular fault has occurred in battery. Now again I explain the frequency part, how frequently this data is being captured or being sent to the application. Now there are multiple types of. First one is the event driven frequency level. Event driven means like if there is a fault, that battery is being overcharged or being over voltage, then I can this creates a data capture. When battery is being start to charge and battery is being uh, charging processes and that battery is full charged, then there is a critical fault like this over voltage and the temperature. That is one part, one kind of a uh, data capture or a frequency time, how frequently the data is being captured. Second is a regular interval, 1 to 5 minutes data is being captured. Now there is a high frequency, 10 to 50, 30 seconds. This type of data frequency or data capture takes place when the vehicle, when the device or the battery is in operation, within it is within the vehicle. Now also there is a communication method in this IoT devices. There is a MQTT control communication method. Like in the web services that you use, there is a request response method, HTTP. This is MQTT method. Now can I have already explained analytics tool. I have tried to use Grafana. There is InfluxDB, which is a database for time series data, and there is also called a time scale DB. So Grafana is a analytics tool. It supports multiple DB, multiple data types, and you can analyze, create dashboard, or monitor your application, anything. Now inside part I am working on creating an application where we will take one data set. I have tried to take one data set. There are multiple data set for say data set which have already been for research purposes or open source database for multiple batteries. So taking on those data set, we can create an application which gives us the list of, let's say, level of voltage, level of charge, so that we can understand that these are the things that are getting translated into the application itself. Okay, that's all, and thank you.